So today the webinar topic is MEP BIM. So first of all, I introduce myself. My name is Nishad, working as technical head at BIM Labs Engineering Services Private Limited. So BIM Labs is a company mainly focusing on BIM and CAD services. So our corporate office located at Kadakuttam, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, and we mainly focusing on BIM and CAD services. We have three divisions of operations. So the first one, we have a finishing school like training institute. So we are doing some courses on BIM, like architectural BIM, structural BIM, MEP BIM, and also we have some online programs available about the internship and workshop, etc. And the second division, we have a project outsourcing division, BIM Studio, and we are doing BIM and CAD related projects. And also we have supporting the implementation of BIM in your organizations for the corporates and the industries. So that is the second division. And the third one, that is a placement services. So that division is used for getting placement of our students who are attending training at our institute. So that's about the company profile. And BIM Labs is one of the Autodesk training partner, Autodesk Certification Center, and member of IGBC, Indian Green Building Council. So before getting into the demonstration, we have a Q&A session after this webinar, and you will be having an assessment after this session. So the assessment is for your certification, the certification based on your assessment score, and also we have a Autodesk certification cost of 200 per participant. So agenda of today's webinar. So first we will discuss about the BIM, that is a quick introduction about the building information modeling. So I hope all of you are aware about the process building information modeling in the AEC industry. And then we will discuss about the MEP workflow in AEC industry, that is mechanical, electrical, plumbing workflow. And again, we will discuss about the building services, that is mainly mechanical building systems, electrical building systems, and the plumbing building systems. And last, we will demonstrate the BIM softwares. So BIM, building information modeling. So we can simply say BIM is a process, or BIM is a workflow, or we can say BIM is a technology. So it is a 3D based intelligent model process. So it is very helpful tool for the AEC professional for effectively plan, build, construct, manage all the buildings and infrastructures. And so by using the BIM workflow, so we can develop a 3D model with all the information for our construction purposes. So I is a very important term in BIM. That is second letter I. That is information. So that is very important when you're working on a BIM model. So by using the BIM technology, we can develop all the documents. We can develop all the information for that particular project. So here also you can see a BIM cycle in my slide. So it's actually start from programming and then conceptual design, detailed design, analysis, documentation. So these are the different stages that included in every building project life cycle. So the programming and then comes to the conceptual design. So that is the part of architect. So architect makes the conceptual design, then comes to the detailed design stage. So for every building project, we have different type of disciplines are there: architectural, structural, MEP. So these are the different disciplines that is associated with every building project. All the kind of modeling and analysis are doing in the detailed design and analysis stage. So these two stages are parallel. Suppose if you want to create a structural model, then you will be having an structural analysis report. So that is the detailed design and the analysis stage is parallel. And lot of analysis are included in any building, that is energy analysis, structural analysis, MEP, that is lighting analysis, heating and cooling load calculations. So these are the different analysis in every building project. Then comes to the documentation stage. Documentation, that is preparation of your building drawings, that is approval drawings, shop drawings, fabrication drawings. And then comes to the fabrication stage at the construction site, that is steel fabrication, duct fabrication, pipe, cable tray, etc. Then comes to the construction 4D and 5D. So that is about the project management. And I hope you are aware about the different BIM dimensions, that is from 2D to 7D. The 4D means that is the schedule, or we can say cost. 3D plus schedule, that is the 4D. Then comes to the 5D, 3D plus cost, that is equal to 5D, fifth dimension in construction. So that's all about the project management or construction management. And then construction logistics, and then comes to the operation and maintenance stage. That is very important for the MEP engineers, the operation and maintenance stage. So after the completion or after the closing of the project, we have another stage, that is operation and maintenance. So we needed to maintain, or we needed to service all the equipments, all the services that we implemented into the building after a regular period of time. So that is about the operation and maintenance or annual maintenance contract, AMC, the term that is related to that stage. And then we have a demolition or renovation stage. So if you go to the renovation stage, then all the process repeats once again. So that is the introduction about the building information modeling and the different stages that is included in the BIM. So then comes to our topic, that is MEP BIM. So MEP, M stands for electrical, M stands for mechanical, E for electrical, and P for plumbing. So MEP is one of the important process or important stage in BIM workflow. So, for every building project, we have lot of services are included there. So in the designing stage, in the detailed design, analysis, documentation, estimation. So these are the different stages that is associated with the MEP BIM. And by using the BIM technology or BIM process, so we can simply or easily manage all the MEP services that we need to implement in your buildings. And these are some stages, or we can say the workflow that we will follow in any kind of MEP services. So here I split into the actual workflow in different stages. You can see here. So it starts from designing, then modeling, then comes to the drafting stage, then estimation, then installation, and then operation and maintenance. So these are the different stages that included in any MEP services. So here also you can see another cycle that is related to the MEP only, and it is also included in BIM cycle. So we split into different stages here. So here, the first stage, that is designing. So if you consider any building services, we have different stages. So if you're working as a HVAC engineer, or if you're working as electrical engineer, so you need to design the system first. That is the first stage of any MEP services. Electrical, mechanical, plumbing, fire alarm, fire sprinkler. If you're working on any building services, the first stage is designing. So the designing stage include all the type of calculation, decision making, analysis, report generation. All these things are under the designing stage. So if you're working as an electrical engineer, the designing stage includes the load calculation. So here you can see the different designing in the electrical systems. So that is the load calculation, and that means the lighting load and the power load and the equipment selection, MCB rating, transformer selection, diesel generator selection, lighting, illumination, cable size based on the ampere rating. So these are the different design stage that included in electrical building services. So first we will discuss about the building electrical systems. So in the designing stage, we needed to find out the total connected load into the panel board and all these things, that is the equipment selection, transformer, all these things are included in the designing stage. That is the first one. And then the second stage, that is modeling. So in electrical side, we have a power system or lighting circuit system. So these are the examples for electrical building modeling services. And also another services are there. So the second stage, by using the design output or calculation output, we can develop a 3D model of that particular service. So here we will talking about the electrical system. So for that, after the designing stage, after the total connected load calculation, the lighting illumination calculation, all other designing stage, we can go into the modeling stage. So in modeling stage, by using the output from the design stage, we can develop a 3D model of that particular services. For example, we can develop a lighting model with conduits, lighting fixtures, switches, etc. And we can develop a power system model by all other power equipments and the connections, cable trays, etc. And then we have another services that is related to the electrical. So we can develop all the BIM model, all the 3D model. So especially we can say the BIM model, that is building information model for that particular services in the second stage, that is the modeling stage. So then the third one, that is the drafting stage. So the first designing, then second modeling, and the third, that is drafting stage. So in drafting stage, we can create all the drawings we needed for our construction purposes. So if you're working on a BIM process or BIM technology, you can generate all the drawings from your BIM model. So the second stage, that is modeling. So the third one, that you can create all the drawings. All the drawings means we needed shop drawings, approval drawings, fabrication drawings, tool drawings, single layer diagram, everything we needed for our construction related to the electrical side. So we can create all the drawings from our BIM model. So that is the third stage, that is the drafting and documentation stage. And the fourth one, that is estimation. Estimation means, so we need to create a schedule. That means the quantity takeoff and the material takeoff from the model. So that is for the cost calculation, budget calculation. So that is the fourth stage. In electrical side, we have conduit schedule, lighting fixture schedule, equipment schedule, transformer schedule, and the conduit fittings and the cable tray schedule. All these we can create from our BIM model, and that is the fourth stage, estimation. That is mainly for the cost calculation. And the fifth one, that is installation. So that is at the construction site. So we needed to implement the services, the lighting, the power system, fire alarm, any services we needed to implement at our buildings or at the construction site. That is the fifth stage, installation. And the last one, that is operation and maintenance. I said earlier, that is very important. So after the commissioning of our project of the building services, so we needed to maintain or we needed to service some equipments or some services after a regular period of time for proper working of that services. So that is very important. So we can develop the information for the operation and maintenance at the time of designing also. So that is the six different stages that is included in the MEP BIM workflow, from designing to the operation and maintenance, designing, modeling, drafting, estimation, installation, and operation and maintenance. So these are the different stages that included in any MEP services. If you consider electrical or mechanical, HVAC, fire system, and plumbing, for any services, you need to follow these different stages. So what are the electrical services in your buildings? The first one, we have a lighting circuit that used for the interior and exterior lighting. The second one, that is power supply and distribution. Then communication system, that is information and telecommunication system. And the security systems, control systems, fire alarm systems. So these all are under the electrical building services. And the first one, that is the sufficient lighting system. So the lighting system is based on some calculation, that is lighting analysis or lighting illumination calculation. So illumination means the amount of light falling on a surface, and the unit is lux. So the lighting system in your building is based on some calculation. So we needed to provide sufficient lighting into your building, inside and outside, that is interior and exterior lighting. So that is the first service of electrical buildings. And the second one, we have a power system, that is the network of power equipments, the panel board, switch gear, transformer, and the cable trays, cable. So all these connected together, we can call it as a power system. So this is the second building electrical services that we needed to model. We need to design, model the power systems or power circuit that is included in your buildings. And the third one, that is about the fire alarm system. So it's kind of a security devices. So it consists of, it include smoke detectors, heat detectors, and other sensors. So, and also the fire alarm panel also here. So that is the third services in electrical building systems, fire alarm systems. And other things that is related to the electrical, that is creating the panel board schedule, so or distribution board schedule, so the total connected load into the panel board, and the total phases, circuit breakers, the capacity of the circuit breaker, all these things that is included in the panel board schedule. So we need to prepare the panel board schedule if you're working on electrical building systems. And then the last thing that is related to the electrical, that is about the single line diagram. So that is a representation of a power system in a single line. So you can easily identify the elements, the specifications, the ampere ratings, and other electrical spec of that particular object or particular element that included in your circuit by using the single line diagram. So it is very important if you're working when you're working on electrical building systems. So so in electrical building systems, we need lighting circuits, power circuits, panel board schedule, single line diagrams, fire alarm systems, and the CCTV, security, communication systems. So all these are under the electrical building systems. So then comes to the mechanical building systems. Again, the mechanical system, the first stage is designing. So in this stage, in the mechanical, so we need to calculate the total heating and cooling load calculation, the equipment selection, that is the FCU or AHU, any other chiller systems, that is about the equipment selection, and the duct sizing, pipe sizing. All these are under the design of mechanical building systems. And we have a lot of softwares are available for calculating the heating and cooling load and other duct sizing, etc. All the type of calculations, analysis, and decision making, that is under the designing stage. So in the case of mechanical building services, we have heating and cooling load calculation and other duct sizing, pipe sizing, etc. And again, the modeling and drafting. So from by using the output from the designing stage, you can model, or you can create, you can generate the BIM model of that particular services. And that is the second and third stage, modeling and the drafting stage. And then comes to the estimation stage. Estimation stage here, the estimation that is about the mechanical components, that is the supply diffuser, duct fittings, the pipe fittings, etc. for the cost calculation. Then the installation at the construction site. Here you can see in the picture the duct and the pipe, the fire sprinkler systems you can see. So that is the installation stage, fifth one. And the last one, that is operation and maintenance again. So here the different mechanical building systems are: the first one, the very important one, that is HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. And also some other systems are included that is under the mechanical, that is lift, escalators, that is also about under the mechanical building system. So HVAC is very important, that is heating, ventilation and air conditioning. So it is a system that is used for the to for the human comfort. So you can maintain the internal air quality and regulate internal temperature, regulate internal humidity by the HVAC by using the HVAC system. And for the HVAC, we needed to calculate the total heating and cooling loads for the equipment selection and other duct sizing, etc. And HVAC is one of the important mechanical building systems. So there are different type of systems are available. Different types of systems are HVAC systems are available. That is centralized AC system and chiller systems, split type AC system, window type. So for any type of HVAC services, so, and we need to design and model that particular services. And the second one, the second mechanical system, that is about the fire sprinkler system for the fire protection method. So we have a sprinkler that is pendant type, upright type sprinkler systems for the protection, and also some calculations are needed for the fire protection system. That is the second mechanical system. And another, that the main thing, that is plumbing building systems. So in plumbing systems, we have water supply and drainage systems and domestic water system, that is domestic hot water, cold water, sanitary, drainage, and also some hydronic supply and hydronic return system, that is related to the HVAC from the chiller unit to the mechanical equipments. So all these are under the plumbing building systems. So that's about the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing building systems, the different services that is included in the MEP. And also we have a MEP BIM workflow from designing to the operation and maintenance for the three building systems. And in mechanical, we have HVAC and fire sprinkler system, that is very important, HVAC and fire sprinkler. In electrical, we have different type of services, lighting, power, communication, security, fire alarm, and CCTV. So these are the different electrical services. In plumbing, we have domestic water systems and hydronic supply systems, and hot water, cold water, and the drainage systems. So these are the different services included in any kind of building, any residential or industrial or commercial buildings. So all these services are included. So then we will discuss about the MEP BIM softwares that is available on the market, and the very important software, that is Autodesk Revit. And the Revit is we can say Revit is a BIM tool, that is building information modeling tool. So it is used to develop mechanical, electrical, and plumbing BIM. So we can develop the model for the plumbing system, mechanical system, and also the electrical system by using the Revit software. And also we can use the Revit software for the architectural and the structural modeling. So from the model, from the MEP BIM model, you can create the 2D drawings, and you can create the schedules and estimation, and you can develop some calculations like heating and cooling load calculation, lighting, illumination calculation by using the Revit software. So here you can see by using the Revit, also drawings and quantities can be directly retrieved from the model. So this in turn can reduce cost and time during installation on site. So that is very important when you're using the Autodesk Revit software. It is not used for just a 3D modeling. So it is used for developing a BIM model, that is building information model. So you can develop a 3D model by using with all the informations for your construction project. That is one of the important tool. That is a BIM tool. That is Autodesk Revit. And the other one, that is AutoCAD, Autodesk AutoCAD, that is mainly used for the drafting purposes, and you can create HVAC layout, fire sprinkler layout, lighting circuit layout, and the power circuit layout, all the kind of 2D drawings. And for the documentation, you can use the AutoCAD software also. So it is just used for the drafting purposes only. So in our MEP BIM workflow, we have different stages, that is designing to operation and maintenance. So, and the third stage, that is drafting stage. So in that stage, we can use the AutoCAD software. So by using the Autodesk Revit, you can do some designing, and you can do modeling, you can do the creating 2D drawings and estimation. All these things you can do with Revit software. So the AutoCAD is used for the drafting purpose only. And we have another software, that is Autodesk Navisworks. Again, it is another BIM tool. So that is used for the multidiscipline coordination and clash detection. And the clash is the conflict between two elements in your building model. So if you want to check the conflict or clashes between any two building elements, you can use the Autodesk Navisworks software. So the multidiscipline coordination is very important. So as you know, for every building project, there are different type of disciplines are there: architectural, structural, and MEP. So we need to coordinate all these disciplines into a single platform or single model. You can convert into a single model by using the Autodesk Navisworks software. So by using that coordinated model, you can run a clash test, and you can identify the clash conflict elements, and you can fix it. You can fix that particular issue at the design stage itself. Then we can reduce the time and cost at the actual execution time. So that is very important. And that is another BIM tool, that is Autodesk Navisworks. So it is mainly used for the multidiscipline coordination and the clash detection. So here you can see some images that is about the clashes at the construction site. So here you can see, so mainly the clashes happening between the structural components and the MEP components. That is mainly for the structural beam or structural column and the duct, pipe, conduits, etc. So here you can see a cable tray that is passing through inside the structural beam, and also the pipe. So these are some clashes at the construction site. So here a flex pipe that is go through inside of the structural column, and here also the second image. So these are the some images, the clashes at the construction site. So then I would like to introduce the softwares, the introduction about the three software that is used for the MEP BIM. So here, so I hope you can visible my Revit screen. So here you can see a Revit model. So this is the user interface of Revit software. So this is a coordinated model. You can see here the architectural elements, structural elements, and also the HVAC, the mechanical components also. So mainly this is a HVAC system. You can see the mechanical equipments and the ducts, the supply duct and the return duct also. So here the duct is connected into the diffusers here, supply diffuser, and also the return diffuser is here. So this is a kind of modeling the HVAC or the mechanical systems, and also the fire sprinkler pipe. You can see here the fire sprinkler pipe and also the pendant sprinkler. You can see the sprinkler and the pipe, and also some lighting fixtures are included in this model. So this is some of the lighting fixtures we placed in the model. And this is a kind of modeling, that is the BIM model. So if you select any element from this model, you will be getting all the information that particular model. Suppose if you select this duct, you will be getting here, this is a round duct, then you can see the diameter, the offset, the elevation of the duct, the length of the duct, and the area, all other parameters you will be getting, that is the information. That is very important. And also you can see here a architecture structure tab for developing the architectural and structural model. And also we have a systems tab. So by using the systems tab, you can develop the MEP modeling, that is HVAC, plumbing and piping, and also the electrical. So from this model, uh, so apart from the modeling, you will be having a analyze tab here for the calculation. So here you can see the heating and cooling loads and the panel schedules, duct and pipe pressure report, etc. All these included in this Revit software. So for the heating and cooling load calculation, you need to assign spaces into your building rooms. So for the calculation, we need some parameters like location, latitude and longitude, the weather conditions, and the area, volume, sensible heat gain, latent heat gain, occupancy, lighting load, power load, operating schedule. So these are the different parameters for the calculation of heating and cooling load report of your building. So you can input that parameters by using the space tool. So you can first you need to assign the spaces into your building room, then you can provide all the parameters for the calculation. Okay, that is about the spaces and so that is used for the energy analysis and the heating and cooling loads report generation. So that is the designing part related to the HVAC in Revit software. So that is designing. Then you can model your system. You can develop a 3D model of your system, HVAC or electrical systems. And also you can create drawings. You can develop 2D drawings from this BIM model. So I already created a 2D drawings, that is HVAC layout. So it created from the BIM model. So you can provide all the annotations, all the text and tag to your 2D drawing like this. And also we created a fire layout. So this is a firefighting layout, and also you can create the schedules. So here I already created one more schedule, that is text schedule. So by using the Revit software, you can develop your BIM model, and you can do some designing or the calculation. And from the BIM model, you can extract your 2D drawings, that is the approval shop drawings, fabrication drawings, etc. And also you can create the schedules for the estimation or the quantity takeoff, etc. So that is about one of the important tool of MEP BIM, that is Autodesk Revit. So the second one, that is AutoCAD, that is used for the drafting and documentation. So by using the AutoCAD software, you can by using the AutoCAD software, you can develop the 2D drawings of your model. So here you can see. So this is a sample HVAC model. HVAC layout, and also the legend is created near to the layout. So here you can see the mechanical equipment and the duct, the annotation, the supply diffuser, all the things that is related to the HVAC, you can see here. So this is a kind of 2D drawing, approval drawing, and example of HVAC layout. And this is a electrical layout, lighting layout. So here also you can see the circuit number and the phases, the lighting fixtures based on the ceiling or wall type, wall based lighting, and the connections. So by using AutoCAD software, you can develop all the 2D drawings, that is the shop drawings, approved drawings, and also as-built drawings, fabrication drawings for your project. And the another BIM tool, that is Autodesk Navisworks. So I said earlier, it is used for the multidiscipline coordination and the clash detection purpose. So the coordination is very important nowadays for finding out the clashes and for further detailing. So here, by using this Navisource platform, you can coordinate all your different discipline model into a single one. So here I coordinate a model. Suppose here you can see the model name, and inside your model you can see the different discipline. So here we have architectural, mechanical, electrical, and sprinkler, and also the structural model. Suppose here I am going to hide the architectural model. Just click on hide. Then you can see the structural and the MEP components for the model. So by using this coordinated model, you can easily identify the clashes between the different building elements. So here you can see the plumbing and the piping systems or the chiller system. All other services you can see here. I'm going to hide the structural also. Then you will be getting all the MEP components inside the building. So this is a kind of coordinated model. So here the model created by exporting the Revit, the different architectural, structural, and the MEP model exported from the Revit software. Then we coordinated into the Navisworks platform like this, and then you can do the clash detection by using this model. So we have an option that is clash detective in Navisworks. So here you can run a clash test between the different building elements or the different building model. So here you have two selections, selection A and selection B. If you expand the selection one, you will be having all the elements, all the model in your in this coordinated model. So suppose I am going to, if you want to check the clashes between the mechanical and the structural model, then you can select mechanical model from selection A and the structural model from selection B. Then you can go to the run test option. Or otherwise, if you want to check any two components from the two model, then you can expand the model. Just click on the plus button, so it will expand it, and you can see the levels in your building model. Like from the Revit software, you can see all the levels that is associated with the model. Then you can expand each level, and you can find out. You can select any element. Suppose if you want to check the clashes between duct and structural beam, then you can select the duct here. and you can expand the structural here, the first floor, and you can select the structural framing, and then you can go to the run test option. Just click on the run test option. So there is no clashes between the duct and structural framing. So I back to the mechanical model here. Select the mechanical and the structural model. So then the software will check all the elements in the mechanical and the structural model. If there is any clashes between any elements from these two models, it will be listed here, and you can select each clashes. It will be highlighted in your model. So here you can see the clashes. When you're selecting the class number from your report, it will be highlighted in your model. So here you can see. So there is a clash between two elements. The first one that is in red color, item 1, and the item 2 that is in green color. Okay. So by using this report, you can easily identify the elements, the conflict elements in the Revit software, and you can easily fix it. So by using the Navisur software, you can easily find out the clashes, and you can create the report, the clash analysis report. So from this report, you will be getting an element ID for the conflict element. By using that element ID, you can easily identify the conflict element in your Revit software, and you can fix it. So that is about the Navisur software. So that is used for the multidiscipline coordination and the clash detection process. So these are the different MEP BIM softwares that is currently using in AEC industry, architecture, engineering, construction, and operation industry. The main software that is Revit. Then we can use the Navisworks, and also we can use the AutoCAD for the drafting and documentation. And that's about the BIM, MEP BIM softwares introduction. And the next one, that is role of MEP engineers in architecture, engineering, construction, and operation industry. So nowadays we have a lot of opportunities for the MEP related field that is in BIM companies. So so there is a role of or positions of BIM modeler, BIM coordinator, BIM manager that is related to the MEP side, and also the coordination and clash detection, that is the role of the MEP engineers in AEC industry. And the different roles are electrical system designs, HVAC expert, fire alarm expertise, and energy management. So energy management is very important related to MEP side. So that is in nowadays there are a lot of agencies are there for promoting green building, that is eco-friendly, constructing eco-friendly building. So that is it is related to the, mainly it is related to the building materials we use for the construction. That is the thermal properties of the building materials. As you know, for every building material we have a U value, that is coefficient of heat transfer. So the carbon emission or the heat transmission, that is related to the U value for that particular material. And for selecting the material and the U value, the thermal properties for the green building construction, that is very important. So the energy management and the sustainability, that is one of the job role of MEP engineers, especially for mechanical engineers. And the next one, that is the lighting and power system design, and the design of the electrical equipments, transformer, diesel generator, and other cable size, cable tray, etc. So these are related to the electrical side. And the estimation is another important facility manager, facility management, asset management, all these under the MEP side. So the facility management that is related to the operation and maintenance stage. So for the proper maintenance and services of the equipments or the services that we implemented in your buildings. So another role that is facility management or asset management. And these are the different roles and positions of MEP engineers in AEC, Architecture, Engineering and Construction industry. And so we can conclude our session, that is the benefits of BIM for MEP engineers and fabricators. So the first one, we can create better MEP systems, that is design more accurately with intelligent models. That means in the apart from the 2D drawings, we can develop a 3D BIM model. So by using that 3D BIM model, we can, the visualization part is very important. We can visualize effectively and design more accurately with the models. And also we can model complex building system with greater efficiency. So if you consider a hospital, if you consider any kind of industrial building, there are lot of services are there. If you consider a hospital, there is HVAC services, fire alarm, fire sprinkler, CCTV, communication, LPG, and plumbing systems, water drainage systems, sewage treatment plant, and there are a lot of services are there for hospital-like buildings. So there is a complex, we can say that is a complex building or complex services included in that project. So we can easily design that complex building by using the BIM technology, the BIM workflow with greater efficiency, and facilitate coordination of designs using 3D model. So the coordination is very important for the MEP side. So there are a lot of services, and all services, the design of the all services from the different team or different companies. So you can coordinate all these disciplines into a single platform or single model. Then you can find out the clashes and other issues or something related to the design stage. So you can fix the issues at the design stage itself. So then you can save the cost and the time during the actual execution of the project. And also, I said earlier, the visualization to gain better project insight and communicate ideas with integrated visualization tool. So the visualization tool is also available. You can export your BIM model to the rendering or visualization softwares like the Lumion and Scale, etc., for better understanding of the building for the client or for another person. And for the simulation also, you can create the construction simulation videos by using the BIM model. So that is another benefits of BIM for the MEP engineers. And for the MEP side, you can create different type of 2D drawings. That means the fabrication drawings, spool drawings. That is very important in MEP side. So for the fabricators or the subcontractors or the contractors, they need more detailed information about the services. So the design team, so they can create the detailed drawings from the BIM model by using all the annotation or all the information you can develop from the BIM model. That is about the construction documents. And for resolving conflicts before construction, that is about the clash detection. So you can identify the clashes before the actual construction begins, and then you can fix it. That is another benefits. And deliver documentation, models, and renderings. That is about the deliverables. So you can submit your drawings, you can submit your model, you can submit your renderings, walkthroughs, etc. To the client or to the concerned authorities. So that is about the benefits of BIM for MEP engineers and fabricators. So that's all about the today's webinar. And if you have any queries about this session, you can ask me now. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you have any doubt regarding this
So,
this session?
so I have a question that what is the uh, standards code using for those three parts MEP?
So in MEP, there are different types of standards are available. ASHRAE is one of the important standard, that is American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers. So they decide all the energy analysis and heating and cooling load reports, the standards that is related to the calculation of HVAC and related thing. So based
Yes.
on the ASHRAE standard, we have a human comfort temperature from 24 to 20 degrees Celsius, that is 62 to 81 degree Fahrenheit, I think. So like that, there is more standards are available from the ASHRAE. So you can use the ASHRAE standards for the energy analysis and the HVAC calculation. And for the BIM, we have another standards. The BIM standards are available from different regions based on the country. Uh, there are a lot of BIM standards are available.